Frank, what's happening? Hey, can you hear me okay? Putting this machine together, making some ice cream for the family. Oh, I always leave my machine clean. Even still, it takes forever once you cleaning these machines. I was running around looking for my lubricant, man. Oh, good. I was running around looking for the lube, and I realized that I didn't have it. I have three containers of lube, 2 US and 1 Italian, and I can't find any of them when it's time. Let me see, which one am I going with? This one looks pretty good. So because I don't have the lubricant, I'm gonna have a leaky machine, which I am not too happy about. The hell, I'll just put this in here for now. Looks like I'm loading missiles into a Russian submarine launch tube in it. Silly guy. Can't remember which ones I was gonna use. Yeah, I believe it was this one. Not like I'm gonna use it anyway. I'm only gonna use 1 barrel. I got kind of excited like a kid today because I went to one of my clients that I know uses Cisco, and I had asked them about the ice cream mix because Cisco won't sell to you unless you have a restaurant. So I got everything set up. I got the unit open. I might have to add a little refrigerant to it. I just so happened to hear the guys at Commercial Kitchen Chronicles talking about it. I say, yep, that's the thing. Once again, this is a brand you guys have never heard of. This is a Rail. It's a brand that I was a service provider for. All this is supposed to be lubed, by the way. There's a boot that goes on the back. The boot is what prevents the ice cream mix from going into your machine. These are about $1,000 each. So you want to try not to lose them or damage them. Here, I'll turn the music down a little bit. Let me see what we got here. I was gonna do some industry news. There's about eight different things that were launched in the news about restaurants and different chains, different stuff like that. I only clean it. Okay, so I clean it before I use it, and I clean it after I use it. And this, I have 3. So this one stays here. The other 2 are out in the garage. So, because this thing is loud, I have it in the laundry room because it's commercial and it's air cooled. So it is extremely, it's deafening. Matter of fact, well, I don't want to turn it on right now. These are going to spin, but it's really loud. You're going to hear it in a minute. I went and hooked up the my Testo to it because I might have to add a little bit of gas to it. These things are notorious for leaks. And it doesn't matter whose it is, they all leak. Man, it's almost 9 o'clock my time. Good thing is I don't have to worry about, oh yeah, let me just go ahead and put a boot on this and call it a day. Good thing is with the mix they gave me, I don't have to worry about, and all this stuff is sitting in, shit, where's my sanitizer? All this stuff is sitting in sanitizer. So I disinfect everything. So you see it's all shiny, it's all wet. So this is the boot that goes on the back. This provides a seal. So it rotates like this.
What we do here is go back.
Matter of fact, yeah, I have some other, man, I got a whole bunch of equipment for these. Matter of fact, I have a tool just to put these in here. So these get jammed way back. Hold on a second. That's why it's not going in. My bad. All right, these. Go on here. Load them in like so. Can't get it wrong because there's one big hole and one small hole. And as you do it, you kind of rotate that thing around. And then we're gonna rinse this. We're gonna rinse it again. Rinse out the sanitizer. This makes, because it's a ready-made mix, this is gonna make ice cream in, I don't know, probably about 10 minutes. Probably less than that. All right. Okay. There we go. Now it's in. So now it's in. This one is in.
What we do here is go back.
I'll just push this guy in on. Because I want it to fit. I want it to fit securely, especially since I don't have any freaking lube on it. Yeah, we'll dim up a little bit there. All right, let me see here. I'll be done putting this together in like 2 minutes. The half snake. What is a half snake, half ice cream unit? I've never heard of that. You're gonna have to help me out. with whatever a half snake is. Oh shit, I let in a mosquito. So you're gonna have to help me out with that. I service margarita machines, ice machines, slushy machines. I don't know anything about a half snake machine. All right, hopefully this will hold up the back end so I can put him in. Yes. All right. So now we got both augers in there. I need to put the gasket in the front. Once again, there's a little bit of lubrication that should be done on each one of these pieces. So there, now what the hell, I'll put one on here too. Why not? All right, yo, contractor, what's happening, brother? Yeah, contractor, I'm just making a little ice cream for the little one. This is they call this a carburetor. So this lets the air into the unit. These that go in here. I like to put my Ys in like that. All right, cool. All right, so I got both my Ys in there. Let me put my front cover. So here's the front cover that you might be familiar with. And tell you what, it goes on just like that. And put in my and pieces for the lever. Oh, hell. Oh, how in the world am I missing one? I got 3 machines. Let's see if you guys can see this. There are 3 pieces. This one is always for the middle piece. Shoot, I gotta find my lever. So they slide on. Now these pieces here, you definitely want to lubricate, because this is the only thing that keeps your mix in the machine. So this is a middle. It doesn't matter if you put it in from the bottom or from the top. What in the world? I've definitely got to straighten all my stuff up before I get you guys going this summer. Now you're supposed to do these in a crisscross pattern. There's a bar that goes across the top. Damn it. Here's the bar. So I'm putting the gaskets on. And there's always instructions. Every manufacturer has instructions for how they want their stuff put together. Now the levers go in. Each lever has a hole in it. Now I'm doing this. This is going to be fairly common for most units. Right now, I'm just making sure I'm getting the right barrel. Oh yeah, that's right. I got it. Oh, it's so irritating now. I'm missing one. These are the caps that will spread the mix in a particular pattern. Most people don't like the regular round. They have star. They have a number of different patterns that you can put on these different units. What in the damn it? Everything is activated by the switch. So in order to have the unit run, I kind of have to put a cap under there. Especially since I freaking don't have the other one with me right now. All right, so we're getting close to the point where I am going to rinse everything out, make an even bigger mess. All right. These are two more for a whole nother machine.
Just go back.
All right, I'm gonna pour. This is just the water and sanitizer. Just moving the covers. I'll show you what I got going on. So as of right now, I'm pouring the sanitizer in. Even though I've wiped the barrels and whatnot, you still run the mix through, clean and wash everything. Oh yeah, I gotta tighten this thing up. Hold on. And that will stop the liquid. My hands are wet. All right, cool. So now we don't have any water coming through anymore. Damn, I gotta find my other. I put all my pieces in a different container, and now I have to go hunting for it. Okay. So I don't have any liquid coming down into the reservoir. So let me finish pouring this in here. It's about to get loud. So now there's every ice machine has some sort of sensing device. See how the aerator, carburetor, whatever anybody wants to call it. Different manufacturers that have different names for it. So that goes down into your, it's actually going down into your barrel. And that's what meters in how much air mixes in with your mix. So I'm gonna wash it. Oh, it's overflowed, yeah. So you can see the air bubbles popping up from there. So that's what that's doing. Just gonna bring that solution through. And that's just cleaning everything. I don't know where this other piece is. I gotta look through. It's probably out in the garage. All right, so we're almost done. You're supposed to, all right, at this point, you're supposed to run your ice cream through and then let the ice cream clear out the rest of your sanitizer. But actually, I am going to run a little mix through there. So hold on a second. I mean, not mix. I'm going to run some more water through there. All right, let's see here. What did you say here? How much is the cost of that one? Brand new, they're like 15 grand, and then used, it's whatever. The prices range wildly. And it doesn't matter if it's a Stolting, a Taylor. It's the Wild Wild West when it comes to the prices on these things. All right, there we go. Okay. Rest of it. Gonna run some more. Oh yeah. And I removed that carburetor, and now we have the rest of the solution coming through, which is sanitizer or water. And I know they say you're supposed to let it air dry and all that other stuff, which I do understand why. But I just want to run this. I just want to run all of that sanitizer out of my damn machine. Let me show you how much sanitizer I got in there. Let me show you how much sanitizer. It's bubbling. It's bubbling up. I don't want that. I don't want that in my body. You know? So I'm just going to rinse it out. Let the sanitizer do its thing, kill whatever bacteria. It has all the pieces were individually sanitized. The whole machine was sanitized. I just run it on through. It's nothing wrong with being a clean freak, you know? So now it's okay that you have a little bit of water in there. I'm right next to, since I'm in the laundry room, I just pour this water down into the washer. Let it clean out my wash machine too. All right, let's see here. What did you say? What I like about the industry is we can fix stuff right. Your buddy gave you an ice machine. Nice. Fix it, put it in the garage. Okay, the tabletop is cool. I got a couple. If you keep that up, man, you can always sell ice. That's a whole nother thing. I usually provide ice to my clients when the machine goes down. I don't have enough nugget ice, but I do have flaked ice. So now I have I have to go get the mix. So here's my menu items. This machine is completely digital. This was a little ahead of its time. This is actually designed by a guy from Scotsman. So it's kind of like the CM3. So this is the next generation from the CM3. So once I fill this thing up, I'm gonna just go ahead and hit auto. The sensor in there is gonna let the machine know that there's mix in there, and then it'll allow the compressor to kick on. So, hey, what's happening? SQ Services. I am making ice cream for the little one. So give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and get the mix.
What we do here is go back.
I gotta tell them not to go to sleep. Like the ice cream is coming. And I know as soon as I get this thing running, I'm gonna find the freaking lubricant for the machine. I know it. But by that time, it's too late. The machine is already together. So, just so what's the name? Commercial Kitchen Chronicles. No, look, This is refrigerated. This is not like this is not like, oh, they're talking about it. Let me go start mine. This was pre-planned for today. It's just in the atmosphere that this is something that people wanted to talk about. Over on that other channel, they were talking about Spaceman, and everything they said about Spaceman is right. I only have one client with a Spaceman unit. Spaceman is kind of a pain to work on. And just like they said they don't work on Taylor, I don't work on Taylor either. I refuse. So I poured some directly into the hopper. It's cream. It's a dairy mix. So it's heavy cream, skim milk, and the whole nine. So now I'm actually going to pour some directly on the sensor, which is a little bit of a cheat code. Put it on auto. And now, I hope you guys can still hear me. So now, put it on auto. You can see the mix in here. I had to check my refrigerant levels because these things are notorious. Not just this, every single unit is notorious for refrigerant leaks. Are you guys hearing me okay? Put a 1 if you guys can hear me. Yeah, thank you, Frank. Appreciate it. Yeah, I know she'll be up all night, but she loves it. My daughter's a night owl anyway. I didn't come home until a little later. Actually, I was working for them today, and after I finished with fixing one of their ice machines, I tested the ice cream, and I said, man, this is really good. Okay, cool. Thank you. I tested the ice cream, and I said, man, this ice cream is actually pretty good. So I went home the other night. I Googled it because all the other stuff is in a powder mix. I'll show you guys in just a second. All the other stuff is in a powder mix, and it's okay. It's not that hot. It's all right. Let me get another. So, suction side. I got another one. Oh. Get another gauge so we can test the high side. Let me let you guys see what I'm doing. So these are all using king valves. This is 404.
What we do here is go back.
Because they're using this system, I don't need to worry about blowback. Because I can actually put it off and on with the key. Alright, let me see what it's saying. I don't know this is a shame. Oh, because I had all of it before. Okay. Come on. Today is one of those days. It's weird to you. Anything weird that can happen is freaking happening. So it says it's got about 4 psi in there, which gives it at -38, which is twofold. Nice baby. Keep going. Let me link up this other probe. But open up the kink out. Here we go. Well, it's technically, no. I'm not talking about here. So I'm going to connect the other one. Boom. I don't know which one the other one is. All right, here we go. So it did have refrigerant in the system. On high side is 155 psi. I'm going to look for a rise. So it says 72 degrees. Probably going to have to open up the door. It might even be too warm in here. This is air cooled. Another thing those guys are talking about is water cooled versus air cooled. Here in Texas, we do have, I want to say it's 75% water cooled units throughout southern Texas, period. Now, you don't just have to have water, you can use glycol. I'll have glycol pooled units in spas.
What we do here is
All right, so let me see here. -3. I can actually check my readings from here. I can hit advanced. Let me turn with my number. I forgot what it is. I think it's like 9. Bear with me. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I got some probes. I got a program in USB. I think it's 931. I used to put in this code all the time because I'll go to an ice cream shop and they'll have 6 of them. And so I'll go down the line and put the number. Here's all the pieces, how they go together, everything that you saw. I actually reprogrammed this, so it should be 911 or something. I have set point pressures, everything that you would need. Okay, so I got a couple of different codes. 0801. Let me try that. So this one is nice because so I hit 0801, I can hit diagnostic. So it is 0801. As soon as I do that, see what's going on. So it's telling you the voltage display of what the unit is using. It is using 231. Tell you today's date. Board, telling you which units are on and which are off. It tells you everything. None of the other units are going to do that. Just this one, but unfortunately this line went out. This line went out. We got a little mix. I hear it going down. So you have about 4. You got about 4 solenoid valves in here to control where the refrigerant goes. So to switch them off at different barrels. Because I'm not activating this barrel, those solenoid valves are going to stay off on those sides. We're only activating the ones for this side. And then you have magnets and everything else for those. All right. Let's see what my pressures are. Okay, my temperatures have dropped. I'm gonna add some refrigerant to this. I'm actually gonna put it on the hot side. I need for every action to equal up to reaction. So I need a little more heat. Definitely want to get it up to 100, 110 degrees. That's all. All right. Got that something pretty tight.
What we do here is go back.
Again, no blowback needed because I'm able to switch the valve off and on using the king valve. You guys can't see it. I think I would have to dial in so I can so I can monitor what the other side pressure is looking like. Exit this. I don't know, it's just something to let me in. Is it 0801 or is it 801? 0801. So right now, because it has all these valves, they leak. Every single brand, every single one of them. If you leave them sitting, they will leak. If you use them, they will leak. They just leak. Nothing you can really do about it.
What we do here is go back.
Now I can hear the compressor change. This is a Copeland scroll compressor. So now I'm just going to monitor the hot side. Like I said, this was I just plan on making ice cream. I really plan on teaching you guys anything. We're exposing you to anything. Take this probe off. I'm just going to swap probes. That is the beauty of our probes. You can change them however in the hell you see fit. You can check the battery level. You do whatever you want to. Buy spares, buy additional units, add increase the capability to do AC. Right. All right, so now I got the PSI up on the hot side. 189. So now the temperature, it was climbing, now it's at 84 degrees. I want to get it up higher. All right, you can hear this just sailing on in there. 90.
What we do here is go back.
91. 93. Oh yeah, it's getting hotter in here. It's getting warm in here. There's definitely a Nelly song happening up on this show right now. Woo. Just that fast. So essentially, this is an air conditioner. I know I say I hate air conditioning. I don't like to deal with air conditioning. I don't want to deal with customers calling and complaining about zones and all that other stuff. I don't want to deal with it. 96, 98. And so you can actually see the reaction in the liquid as it starts to thicken up. Actually, I'm going to add more in there. I don't want to beat it up. Still needs air to mix, but I don't want to beat the thing up. Once again, if I had filled this thing entirely to the brim, I would cover the. If I filled the thing entirely all the way up, man, it's hot there. I would you would touch the center. Let me show you guys the board. It's my little AV equipment bag. So some brains, main board, and where all the sensors and probes go to. Your contactors back there, transformer, capacitor, all the fun stuff. And I got to open up this door. I got to open up the door. Okay. And I'm actually going to put this mix back in the fridge. They told me these last 30 days. Well, they just got this delivered. So this is already pre-mixed. My other stuff, you got to put it in a bucket. You got to mix it. You got to let it coagulating. It's just, ugh. All right, so now we're at 97 degrees on the hot side. Hey, Frank, it was good. I had it, and I was impressed. I was wondering why customers were coming by. I thought it was just some kind of like compulsive buy. Customers, every time they would go past the store, they would stop. You get one for being a kid. I just said, could it really be that decent? I finished fixing up one of their machines, ran a tone, had some, and I said, oh man, I gotta find this mix. I found it. Cisco has it, but Cisco will not allow you to pick up from their warehouse. You have to have it delivered to a commercial facility. They want to guarantee that they want to make sure it's in good condition and reaches the location. I have Benny Keith here, and Benny Keith will let you do a pickup, but they don't have the same mix. I think I have to get the 2.5 gallon mix, which is a lot of mix, and we end up eating ice cream for about 3 days. You can put these into sleep mode, turn it off, but it still clicks off and on. While I'm sleeping, my bedroom is just down the hall, and it'll wake me up like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I hit a compressor slam on. Need a cone, some test stuff. Where did I come? Oh, okay, it's not freezing yet. So auto, hit advance, 0. Man, it is hot in here. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do it. 0801. Okay. 0801. Let me go with freezing. So I put in the code. Now this is specific to this brand. Put in the code, and now I'm able to go in here. Okay, I hear it. I hear it thickening up. So here I can see. Well, I'm not using that one. This is where it's telling me what the set point is, how often the unit shuts on and off. So there it is. It's starting to drop, starting to freeze. Let mosquitoes in through the garage. So there it is, starting to drop. And I can hear the mix working. Sorry. This is Houston, Texas. And we have these huge mosquitoes that are the size of hummingbirds. And just let one in. It's cold. Okay. All right. You guys see it? It's starting to. It's almost. And when you work on these machines, you can hear it as the auger is turning. Here's my props. So as it's turning and the paddles are hitting against the mix, it is. See, now it's completely full. Let me see, you guys won't be able to see this right. Yep, there you go. You get a tone. So you see, just pretty much like a refrigerator on the hot side. You want to get your hot side temp up to about 100, 110, or 290, to 110, and even 120. Just still got the hot side hooked up. See, I'm at 103. That's when the magic starts to happen. And that number should go up, or still should go up. So it was a little low, but that's because it was sitting. I been using it. I've been using it months because it's so freaking loud. And I gotta go ahead and clean up the other two. Mm. Mm-hmm.
What we do here is go back.
I like that. It's ready. It's ready. You can get some cones. You want some? How's he sitting there? He's sitting there on the couch staring at me. No, I'm not on the phone. I'm doing it live. Anyway, you want a cone? Okay. The common complaint is that I'm making her fat. Not the little one, but the big one. Oh, righty then. Man, you guys are some savages. How come every time I ask you guys, oh, you got any ice cream cones left? Yeah. Please. All right, so told you guys, I go through cones. All right, and see, it's dripping a little bit because I didn't put any lube on it. Pause. Didn't put any lube on it. Let's see if we got this. See, I even got some coming from the top because I don't have a freaking lube. So the gasket can only hold you back. Hey, your first cone is usually, damn it, first cone is usually not all that great. This is more of a mess for me to clean up. I got a bunch of towels. Actually, here, you want this? I brought the cones over here. You want this one? I'll get this to you, mother. Go ahead, make yourself one. There you go. I know it's noisy. That's why. The cones are right over there. Never mind the ice cream on the floor. Careful, this ice cream. I spill ice cream. Yeah, it's ice cream. See, I have bags and bags of. I have everything set up for. I can open up 2-3 different concepts right now. If I either at a facility or a food truck. Go ahead. You're fine. They don't. Nobody's gonna be able to see you. Yeah, sure you know. I know you don't care. What's that? I know it's good. That's why I brought it home. But I don't know if you guys hear. It is pretty freaking noisy, man. Yeah. What? Was she showing her backside? That was a little one. That was my 12-year-old. Hey. So there you go. So you can see there is a here holding the shaft to the back. And so now it's steadily bringing the temperature down. It hasn't shut off yet because it has a reset point. So it's steadily bringing that temperature down. So the PSI is going up. The temperature is going down a little bit. Open the door. I got the door open to the garage, and I got the door open to the laundry room. Whew. Man, it's hot in here. And ladies and gentlemen, that is why units are water cooled, especially in southern Texas. Or usually, as people say, East Texas, like Dallas isn't an hour and 30 minutes away from Louisiana. But anyway. Okay, so I just heard a click. That was one of the solenoid valves. And I don't know if you guys can hear the pitch. I don't know if you guys can hear the change this compressor. Do this. Oh, yeah. This is the whole plan, y'all. Hey, 3 people that want to watch, God bless. Watch away. But on Commercial Kitchen Chronicles, they were talking about the soft serve machines. I had already had it. I had already had it planned. You just don't go and pick this up at the grocery store, okay? I already had this plan to do this today, and they just start talking about it. So it was just meant to be. It was meant to be. Just remember that these things are going to take your tank down to empty. I don't need to do any more. But they're thirsty. These suckers are always thirsty. Oh, I'm actually gonna have some more. And then, so I like to fill up a pitcher, fresh water, and then like rinse it on out when I'm done. Oh yeah. So you can see here the whole front, and you can. I don't know if you guys can notice the pitch, the tone that this scroll compressor is making. And now on the high side, we're 189, temperature 85. So it definitely would need some more. I am 100% certain that if we had mix in both barrels, see this barrel is see-through, if we had mix in both barrels, it would require more refrigerant to handle both sides. So, any questions so far? Yes, I'm laundry because this is a 220 volt unit. So this is where I got a 220 volt. And yes, you guys are going to hear me eat ice cream because that was the whole point of the damn thing. Like I said, I use sanitizer to sanitize this thing up. I had 3,000 pounds of chemical. And sanitizer is one of those chemicals that I've ordered. So as it freezes more, there we go. And you hear the click. So now it's a little harder. Pause. A little harder. Hold on. Alright. And it is going to cycle on and off. And you'll actually see the change in pressure. So when people say, oh man, what's the pressure? What's the pressure? It's fluid. It's what you call dynamic. It's not a static pressure. Yeah, it is smooth. It is smooth. I'm like, man, that's nice. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna show you guys what the other stuff looks like. Let me show you what the other. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Take that. Ah, yeah. Here we go. Here is the other stuff. So here's the other stuff. Y'all trying to keep up with the Joneses. I just told you I will put this in one of my Memphis pockets. There we go. We have set point. We have reached set point. Hello. I can talk to you. Anyway, so this is soft serve mix. This is artificial powdered milk, a lot of stabilizers and all that other good stuff. Before the pandemic, these were $6. These are now $12. You can actually even buy these at Gordon's. You can buy these at Restaurant Depot. This one is the Restaurant Depot brand. Anytime you see that, that's Restaurant Depot. But I like this other mix so much. Let me show you the Frosted Barrel. Yeah. So, I can close the door. Mosquitoes are no longer welcome here. Okay. Let me take a seat. Oh, sit my old man bones down and talk to you. That's smooth. See? It didn't melt. It found the reset point. So I even had little instructions for the little one to hit A when she wants ice cream, because this unit will go into hibernation mode, which will just act as a refrigerator, an open air refrigerator. So the hopper at the top will just go to like 32 degrees. So your product doesn't spoil. And then that cold is going to, because cold goes down, cold is going to come down and keep that cold. And then periodically, see, we're still frozen. And then periodically, it will agitate. Okay, got down to that point. So now we can talk. So most units have a system of showing you how everything goes together, what's required in the unit. Oh, excuse my munching. They made this book for me because I bitched and complained about it. So they did this for me. The technicians from the factory was like, look, man, you don't even need no book. You could just, no, damn it, make me a book. So we got all kind of guys and stuff like that. These machines are extremely expensive. Let me show you what some go for. This same machine can do daiquiris. This same machine can do frozen wine. I forgot what the hell they call those, when they freeze the rosé. All right, so let me see here. I hate Taylor. Let me do Stolting. F. So as you can see here, 17,893. So when you get into this side of the business, this is not cheap stuff. 18,244. See, and you can get some used for 2,500. And this is water cooled. Water cooled 3-phase. That's the other thing. This is single phase. The unit I have is single phase. Yes, it could do smoothies. It could do milkshakes. I have to change the I can change the viscosity, so I can freeze alcohol. I can actually make alcoholic smoothies. So whatever I'm trying to do, that was the main selling point of this particular brand. Even though you can't buy these anymore, that was their claim to fame. So here we go, Stolting, 22,000. Slices, here's a used one for 7,000. Here's another Stolting, 28. There's a Spaceman for 20 grand. And that's about right for Spaceman. Stolting. I am team Stolting. I don't know if you guys have seen me do some of the trade. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't have time to hit the mute, so I just moved my little mic over. Questions, comments, concerns. Countrymen, Romans, lend me your ear. Let me know what you got going on. Let me address it. I'm tired of that damn music. I got some new stuff. Let me play that. Now, that's I got tired of that pretty quick. So, what do you guys want to know about this side of things? The Frosty Factory, so you saw me take a unit from that wasn't cooling, wasn't bringing down the mix, to now we have a unit at set point that's able to bring the product to a consistency where it is not melting. It's not well, it's dripping because I don't have any damn lube. I have 3 tubes of lube and I can't find that one. That's just how it is, man. That is how it is. So this is how expensive these things are. I have about 3 of these displays. So the Stolting display is $1,482. And there is no way of getting away from it. These things are always going to need refrigerant. Always. Oh, let's see here. Let's see what we got here with the Stolting smoothie. Stolting has a lot of theirs has a pump. You could fix the pump. To replace the whole assembly, as you can see, is damn near $4,000. But you could fix the pump for I think it's less than $700. You can fix the pump. It requires you to use a press or use a like a crimping device to do it. I've actually been through that course to fix the pump, not just replace it, and it's still hard to remember. So here we go. See, they call it just frozen beverage. These are the other margarita machines, but if you want this, with this you have versatility. So because I have 3, I'm able to have my 6 flavors, and then 3 swirls. Let me turn this down because that music is just irking me, man. So, oh yeah, it's leaking. So now, let me make this bigger. Let me make this bigger so you can see. Uh-oh. So it's warming up. Oh, I don't have the lube. If I had the lube in there, it would stay in. But because I don't have the lube, so we start to have a little bit of melting. And any minute now, this sucker should kick back on and bring the temperature down. Let me see here. But the code I put in here is 801. So bear with me now. I gotta get up. Yep, there it is. I didn't do anything. I just stood up. That's how they work. It's constantly monitoring the temperature. Let me just sit down again. We stay firmly seated in my old van. So that's how these things work. You go into a shop and you hear these click on and on, off and on, off and on, off and on. Most people don't even notice it, but yeah. Like I said, normally you're supposed to lube all the gaskets, and then I would lube the gasket in the pool, and that would prevent liquid from coming up to the top. We tighten it up because now it's colder. We had some contraction. They're going to tighten that up some more. Earlier, my hands were wet, but it's still going to work. All right, turn on the code. Let me see if my daughter wants another code. She probably does. But yeah, it's constantly monitoring. Let's see what we got here. So on the high side, that's what we got. You guys want to see the low side? Put a one in the chat if you want to see the low side. I'll see if I can catch it real quick. Comments. See if anybody's still there. The only reason why I have one on is because the other meter died. I mean, the other gauge died. I had a number of them up. There it is. He's back. Control 3 connecting. Oh, sorry about that. My phone just died. There we go. So it just reset point. Once again, you can and it's detecting low mix because the mix isn't touching the probe. And so eventually it'll shut off once it does that. And then so it says this side, the mix is out altogether. If I were to pour water on that probe, it would say that it had mix. See, so I can tap that. I can tap the run to agitate it. That's the wash. Tell it to go off. I tell it standby. I have to run a little mix on it. So it doesn't want to move unless it has some mix on it. 1 second. Let's put a little mix on it. What I do when I'm running these units to test them, I can put a little cup in there. See, so I ran a little mix over it. See how it's coated? Ran a little mix over it. So it's telling the unit now that I want standby. So what this does is it runs, it's going to agitate it only to mix it so that it has a cold mix evenly throughout, but it's not going to freeze. Let me see. Yeah, it's not registering enough. I don't think it's registering enough. Yep, not registering enough for automatic. So these have belts in the back. There we go. So okay, we're a little on there, and I can get it to go to auto. Exit so you can see it's in auto mode. Auto mode is the freeze mode. So you have ice cream. So what we got going on? All right, yeah, I'm about to see it. It's already at set point. Next time it'll cut on is when I get some ice cream. Got to be on an academy. Oh, yeah, I know how that goes. And that sun has just beats you down. Well, thanks for showing up. I do appreciate it. I'm gonna try to put out some more stuff on AC. I was looking up some stuff for you. I know you like that rooftop work. God bless you, man. All right, let me see here. They told me we had cones. I think we only got like 5 cones left. So now it has reached that point. The thing is off. Yeah. And of course, it's dripping because I don't have any lubricant She needed seals. I promised them I would give them some of this ice cream. I was going to buy it from the client, but the client said, take it. Gave it to me. Have any of you seen me? When I first started, I was at the Stolten class. And these type of machines, not this machine, but these type of machines are what's in Dairy Queen. These type of machines are what's at the McDonald's, Burger King. Yep. This is dairy mix. This is that powder mix that I'm showing. This is refrigerated. Milk, cream, sugar. There it is. Just reset point. Actually, she must be asleep. Ashley, want another cone? No? All right, good night. Never fails. I make a gallon of ice cream. Nobody wants freaking ice cream. And now I gotta listen to this thing switch off and on all day and night. So that old barrel is at this consistency. It's using these spring-loaded paddles. To scrape the inside of the walls, which have copper wound around the stainless steel. So it's freezing the outside and it scrapes as it's rotating around the shaft. It's scraping the walls, and then it's designed in such a way, see that, where it's folding it in towards the center of the barrel, and then it as it rotates, it's actually pulling the mix from the back to the front, and that's why the mix is loaded in through the back. No questions at all. Everybody's an ice cream expert, I see. I got the right crowd tonight. Let me show you. Let me do my fire marshal bill. Let me show you something. Things are heavy. So this is from my other machines. They're all the same brand. Wait, even at the bottom. No drip. Oh, one drip. My bad. One drip. So these are solid stainless steel, spun stainless steel. All right. And this is pretty much every ice machine. These are common wear points, is that the hex shaft, it goes into the motor. There's two motors in the back that are belt driven. So as this goes into the back, it locks in. So as the motor turns, it turns the shaft. These paddles that I showed you, They go on like such. Because there is a large hole and a small hole. Everybody has their own way. And usually these things have to be changed every 6 months. So these go in and you load them in a certain way so that so that the springs are compressed. And then you typically rotate them because they are in a particular pattern. Wow, it's easier to see it on the camera than it does in real life. In real life, you don't notice the pattern as much, but it's a spiral motion to draw the mix to the front. Then there's another a bearing in the front that's silicone. I don't care if it's Stolting. Everybody has it. Some they have it where the shaft is hollow, and then they'll have the bearing pop through the other side, and it locks in through the front. And as it turns, that's how it keeps everything straight. You would think that they would angle them down or angle them up, but no, they are completely straight. And how the mix is once it gets solid, it'll scrape it and then corkscrew it on out. And that's why I have the different functions such as wash and whatnot. And yeah, because it's just 3 of us in the house, I never use the other side. We're not big on different flavors, so it's not like I had to have one side chocolate, one side vanilla. But I do have to find my other stuff. But I just wanted to make a little ice cream for today because I was really excited to get the mix. So it was just one of those things. There's a boot that goes on the back that prevents the mixture from going into the motor. So the rubber boot sits on the back. And usually people will put the lubricant on the back. What that ends up doing is it ends up locking onto the shaft, and it'll act like a hole saw, and it'll cut right through the back of the barrel. So those are all things that you want to try to avoid when you're dealing with these machines. And you'll see these in daiquiri spots and stuff like that. All right, so I'm pretty much down quite a few viewers. Any questions before I shut this thing down? And I cannot see anybody that's on Instagram, Facebook, or the others right now. I can only see people that are commenting on Facebook. So anything else you guys want me to cover before I shut down this little show and tell session? No, I don't like that stuff. Okay. And I have some other stuff. I have some pizza ovens and things like that. I'm going to try to break them down. I have to make room. I'm in the process of tearing down at least 6 to 8 small Scotsman and Hoshizaki units. I'm taking out the drain pumps. Okay, so we're dripping. It's about ready to start another cycle. It's warming up a little bit, so it's a constant on and off, on and off, on and off. As soon as it warms up a little bit, because it's in the ready to serve. The condition it's in right now is if you had this hanging out the side of a food truck at a farmer's market, or if you had this at a frozen yogurt shop, or as the guys were talking about today, in a gas station. It's ready. It's ready to do its thing. Okay, we got a comment here. Let me see what you got to say. Stroker Reviews, what's happening? I haven't heard from you in a minute. What's the update on the restaurant? Which restaurant? Help me out here. Which restaurant? I do appreciate your comment, but is it a restaurant that I'm not refurbishing any restaurants. I was actually going to go to Minute Maid Park today. I was going to do a live from Minute Maid, and they canceled. They had their own, Minute Maid Park has their own maintenance team, and they had called. Oh, yeah. She wants to do that, but that's not going to be anytime soon. That one is not going to be anytime soon. I have, like I said, I have, only thing that I'm missing, I have upright freezers, upright fridges. Only thing I'm missing is prep tables and deep fryers. And to be honest with you, deep fryers are pretty hard to bring back to like new condition. I can buy brand new deep fryers for as low as $500. So it's a lot better for me to just go ahead and buy new deep fryers. You don't want to deal with refurbished deep fryers. Yeah, she wants to, but she's going to be she's a ways away from that. Her real thing is retirement home. So that's how I ended up talking about the Ansel spray foam system, is because I was looking at the cost and everything of taking the Ansel spray foam system class so that I can do the install. I already have all the equipment to do it. I'm just not licensed to do it. So once I take this Ansel spray foam system, I can go ahead and take a home just like this and go ahead and run the fire suppression system in there. And that way I'm the contractor and I'm paying myself instead of paying somebody else like $6,000 to do it, because I have all the equipment. But as far as the restaurant, no time. There's no time soon on that. But I do have everything. I do got everything to do it. I got a couple of pizza ovens, regular convection oven, this machines. And that's something I do. I just finished cleaning my F450, which is a Hoshizaki flaker that does 450 pounds of ice in a 24-hour period. So I'm going to do a breakdown of that. Just like I did this video, I'll do a breakdown of that. She had that one brand new. I had it in my storage for like 2 years. Yeah, the retirement, because we have the ability to do everything. I can go ahead and build out the whole kitchen for retirement homes, whether it's full size or you can convert a residential home to an assisted living. You would need to add in the fire suppression system. You would need to add a large kitchen, and then you would need to have not armchair rails, but you need to have safety rails, especially safety rails in the bathroom. So I already have all the equipment to do that kind of stuff. I don't say anything, damn things are heavy. Okay. I'm actually gonna put these in an empty hopper. That's what these are called. These are called hoppers. I guess I don't want to order ice cream more than they did this time. I have an account with Restaurant Depot. I get all this stuff. I get the ice cream cones, I get all my cleaning supplies. I get my cleaning supplies from a number of places, but I can get Restaurant Depot and the like. I get ice cream cones. I get all the food supplies. I get all of that. But once I close that door, I can't even get her to do catering. She wants, but she won't do. She won't even do catering, so she's a long way off from the restaurant deal. But I have an aging mother-in-law, so that's something. Between the assisted living and the restaurant space, either a restaurant space or some kind of food truck or trailer or something like that. All right, put out an ice cream shop. I know. But in my market, you're talking about 5 times the expense that they're talking about 5 times the expense that you have for those in North Carolina. We are Texas, but we've Texas has come up. Houston, San Antonio, Austin has come up to the same cost that it was in Chicago. So it is it's ridiculous. The number of regulations and fees and all this stuff that they want you to have. and the fire suppression and all of that stuff, because all that stuff you have to have the fire. It's like, wait a minute, I'm doing ice cream. So it is not as forgiving as what you have in Selma. I agree with Mike on 95% of what he says. 95%, which is pretty damn close. So, but if he looks at other markets, he will see that there are lots of hurdles that are put out in front of everyone in markets such as South Florida. South Florida is another one. There's a lot of hurdles you have to go through in Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Hollandale, Hialeah. You know, you have a lot more. You have a lot more hurdles than you do over there, and especially like New York. Yeah, man, I know, but it is the commercial space here. You're talking about, you know, $3-4 grand a month for a commercial space in Houston, Texas. It is crazy. I told you our costs are going up like Chicago. Costs are crazy. This is the fourth largest city in the country, and so everybody is going crazy overcharging a premium for every damn thing. Here, homes used to be, you know, 100-some thousand. Now you can't touch one for less than $3. Apartments, 2-bedroom apartments in Houston used to be $650. 2-bedroom, if it was a really, really nice 2-bedroom apartment, it was like $800. Now apartments are $2-3 grand a month for the same 2-bedroom apartment. So it's gotten kind of out of hand in this market. Some of my floor with some little bit of sanitizer because I spilled that ice cream. So yeah, I know, and there, you know what, there are quite a few people who follow Mike Sneed, and they have went to. We have these food halls here. There's one called not Buford, but it is starts at not Belmont. Anyway, we have a shared kitchen here, where you can have your own like ice cream shop. People can order your food online, and they'll drive on over to the food hall, pick it up, and deliver it to the people in the area or the office buildings. It's like 8 minutes from downtown Houston, and right next to 2 universities, Texas Southern and University of Houston. So, but you know what you find in there? You find a bunch, there's like 6 people in there selling popcorn, 6-7 people in there selling ice cream sandwiches. Now, of course, the people aren't there, but their products are there. They got it set up where they have freezers with people's stuff with their logo on it, and you could just either go and pick it up and pay for it at the counter, or you could order it, and they already got, because it's ice cream and because it's popcorn, it's already packaged and ready to go. And the Uber driver just comes. The Uber driver, DoorDash, Postmates, they just come up, put in their code, and pick up the ice cream, pick up the popcorn, and take it to the school, take it to the university. And so when me and my wife saw that, I'm like, yeah, 90% of these people selling popcorn, ice cream, and cookies are Mike Sneed trained people. They went to ABC University. So it is what it is. All right. So he stays in an old neighborhood. His home was 30 to 40K. Right. Now the land is going for 400,000. That is exactly what's happening, because those homes, even like in Houston, it's the same thing what they did. It's the exact same game plan that they did in Chicago. They'll take a rundown area, they raise the property taxes, the rent that people charge for grandma's old house doesn't even cover the property taxes. The people end up having to sell grandma's old house. The developer comes or whoever else comes, they level the property and they build these very nice palatial homes. All these places you heard about, they were oh so dangerous in Houston back in the day. Now you see Caucasian women that weigh about 110 pounds jogging 10 o'clock at night with a dog that's the size of my fist. That's all you see. That's all you see. Those neighborhoods are no longer dangerous. Police patrol them. You'll pull up to a stoplight and there'll be a Porsche Panamera right there at the stoplight next to you. So it is no longer those areas that people used to be afraid of. Now they completely skipped the hipsters and they just went straight to $500,000 construction. They skipped that whole hipster process. So, but yeah, there's still options. It's not hopeless. There's still places we got places out in Katy. We have food truck parks and things like that. But I'm already doing service. I can do service, sales, installs, that type of thing. So it is not really high on my priority. I am looking to maybe exit out like Mike Sneed is talking about doing. So it's not like something I thought about yesterday. It's something I thought about for the last 10, 12 years. So, but I got everything set up. I unlike Mike, who's getting out of the schooling and all that other stuff, I actually would jump even further into the school training situation. So I already got equipment, like I said, 3 different soft serve machines, 15 different ice machines of different brands. I think I have about 6 different commercial dishwashers. So ovens, I have pizza ovens, I have conveyor toaster ovens, I have all that kind of stuff. So right, we need the skilled trades. So it is something to work on. And then there's also going to need to be the training manuals to go along with it, the USBs, and also job placement. So even once you would finish with something like I would teach you, you would still need someone that's going to prepare the way. There's still going to need to be a whole back end staff that's going to go and find out who your clientele is going to be, what kind of appliances, even set up certain contracts so that any money that you would spend with me would then immediately go to you hitting the ground running. So I would attack it in a different way other than what has been done, because my background is different than everybody else's. I would mainly do something like that so that you're not just left to kind of fend for yourself once you fend for the class, but that's just how it has been. It doesn't matter if it's Mike Sneed or anybody else. It doesn't matter if you went to IIT. It doesn't matter if you went to Harvard. Once you finish with school, it's like out of the nest, baby bird. But I would need to do something else, especially since I have the ability to set people up with different contracts, different dispatch facilities, different facility management companies, and then different manufacturers that are in need of technicians to take care of installs and different sales that they got going on. So just stuff like that. So even with me saying this online, it's easy to say, but it's even harder for somebody else to duplicate what I'm talking about. You know, I mean, name one other person that's able to talk to any one of you online and then assist you with finding someone to work with out there in your market. You know, someone to go the solenoid valve, someone to look at the health department, check on that, and just set people up with their own, give people a fighting chance. Because commercial is not like residential. You can't just go with a third party warranty to the sunset. It don't work like that on this side. It most certainly does not work like that on this side. All right, so what I just did was I locked my clean valves. Using a ratchet. You can use these on walk-ins. You can use these on remotes. So it is, you can change the direction. It locks with the ratchet. I'm putting my caps on there because it'll be good. The refrigerant level, it'll be good for a couple months like this, especially if it was being used. But if it sits idle, it's slowly going to leak out some of that refrigerant. And like I said, most times it is like a cylinder valve. And you got fan cycling switches, high pressure switches, all that kind of stuff, just like you would on a remote ice machine or just ice machine in general. You can see it. There's the high pressure. You have different switches for high pressure and low pressure, just stuff like that. And with that, I'm gonna eat another cone of ice cream. I'm gonna put this on sleep mode, and I'm gonna go to sleep. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and leave any kind of messages on anything you want to know about as far as on the commercial side of things. And I'll do my best to try and address it. I'll do my best to try and address it. It'll do that. It's gonna cycle off and on all night. All night. I swear, I'm gonna put it on sleep, and it's just kick on at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I wanted ice cream, and I didn't want the store-bought container stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. Later. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Mm.